hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. My name is Decryption, and I hope you are well. It has been another year in the Decryption Studios channel business thing, and it's going to be nice to look back over what we've actually achieved this year and basically just go over everything, because this has been the first year we've been an official registered business. So in the eyes of the UK government and what I imagine most of the world, we are technically a business. We have a business ID, a company ID, we're registered, we pay all the businessy stuff. Great. But it's going to be nice to look back over what we've done this year and really just review the year, essentially. It's going to be a lot. And I decided to do this video like 3 days ago, so I've not really noted down what I've done this year. But it's going to be good to remember and go back over some things. But that's going to be a boring talking video, so instead, I'm going to do something I've wanted to do for a long time but kept putting off. So we are going to put some epic chill music on, and then we are going to design almost a Christmas holiday quest that I've had in my head for ages now. All in block out form, because I've put it off for the longest time because I haven't got proper models. That's not an option. I'm going to put block outs in and just build it from there. It'll get the gist across. And it'll be more of a devlog than a tutorial, that part. But whilst we do it, we're going to hit some key points I've noted down. I've got like 40, but they're just sentences, so it's not going to take long at all. But yeah, so let's get started for the final time this year. So this is actually a mission idea I've had for like over a year now. It was originally written by a guy that was hired to help write the story in the background for the YouTube game, and it was just one that I'd always been putting off because I didn't have the right models, the right assets to do it. And I've got a picture that I'll add on in a minute, but the basic gist is you are in the Egyptian land, you know, you've got the pyramids ish, and you are an Egyptian, the warrior, the rogue of the crew, and there's this giant mountain, right? Big mountain, and this mountain's got paths up it, like so, like the Skyrim mountain, the big one, and people can travel up this, right? But this has torches on it and spires, you know, things you can light up, and because Egyptians have many gods and they believe in a lot of things, like, you know, you have the god Happy, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Nile god that puts water in the river Nile, and they have all sorts of gods like that. And the point of it is that you meet a monk at the bottom of the base, and for some reason, nobody's going up, but it's an annual thing that before the last sunset of the year, somebody has to make the travel up the mountain around all of these, you know, lighting the spires before sunset. And it's a tradition, it blesses their gods, and then the gods bless them back by providing food, river, and stuff like that. And the point of the quest, because the game is going to be quite dynamic, and the decisions you make aren't going to be the normal crap AAA games say where, oh, it changes your world, and it doesn't. This will actually change your world. So if you don't help this monk and climb up this, the area is not going to be blessed, so grass will start dying out, and then people will start going hungry and dying out because they've not got food. There'll be no water in their area, that kind of thing. And that's one of the decisions in the game that you will be prompted with, that is this actually going to affect it? Do you want to help or not? And there'll be reasons in the game why you would choose not to or have to. And yeah, so the quest will be that you talk to the monk and he sends you up, you have to light these pyres, and at the very top you can light the biggest fire. And then everything's there, everybody celebrates. But if you fail to do it before sunset, or you just choose not to, then everything will start dying out and he'll panic. That's the plan, essentially, that we're going to work on today. Now, the next part you're about to see is because I'm re-recording this, because for some reason, everything after this was recorded, but the beginning bit was not recorded at all, because I have no idea why. But you're about to see something slightly different, but this is essentially the gist of it. Which I will add in here, and that's basically the gist of it. It's the same thing, like you start at the base of the mountain, you find your way up and you do it. That was provided by an old writer of mine who helped sort it out. So if we jump back into Unreal, I think instead of playing it here and then awkwardly have to coming over here, I might just make a dev map just for this block out and then make it generic enough that I can bring it in at any point, essentially. So I'm just going to use my funky little dev tool because I absolutely love this, and apparently a lot of you did too. There we go. Look at a map. That's simple. All kitted out and everything. All I need to do is give this a little jiggle jiggle. There we go. Yep, perfect. And if we just click play, you can see I have a proper dev map. Perfect. So I can start laying out this weird mountain thing I'm going to do. So this brings us on to the first point whilst I work on this in the background. That how many game jams have we done this year? Because normally, as many of you may know, I'm a big advocate of game jams. I absolutely love doing game jams. It's one of my favourite things to do. It always has been. I just love making games. And the game jams are such a good challenge to learn things. That's why I love them oh so much. But this year's been quite busy for client work. So I've not actually managed to do as many game jams as I normally would. Like, I'd normally aim for bare minimum 2, 3, 4 game jams. You know, the popular ones. GMTK, Brackies, Game Dev TV, all stuff like that. You know, the really, really big ones. That's what I'd normally aim for. But this year, I've just been so busy with client work and moving house and all other stuff like this that I've not actually managed to do as many as I really wanted to. So I've actually only done one game jam this year, which feels appalling. 365 days and I've only done one jam. But it can't be helped. Life gets in the way, that's the thing. For those who don't know, a game jam is a challenge you do where you make a game based on a theme or a set of rules. You have a set time limit to do it, and you just basically submit your game. People will play it, or sometimes there's a pool of judges who will do it, you know, a board kind of thing, but not always. And yes, I took part in the Ludum Dare game jam. That's one of the other big ones that I like to take part in. I took part in that, and I made a game called Demon Army Soul Collector, which is this one here. It's a game where you play as two characters, Grunt and Mancy, and you go around and you harvest souls. The theme for the jam was collector, so you need to collect souls to do it. I got a bunch of voice actors to help out, all very generous. I learned a ton of new things. It was a lot of fun and got a lot of positive feedback on that one. So I was really happy with that game. I've even had a few people, including my editor, Mr. Ivan, reach out and offer to write spec sheets for it so we can proceed with the game. For me, most game jams are throwaway games. You make it, it's great, and then, well, then I'm done. That's it. I don't want anything else to do with it. But it was impressive just the amount of reception the game got. That it has made me consider continuing on with it. But we will see about that one. That's something we'll talk about in the going future plans. But yes, the other big thing I did do this year, around everything else, was the samurai video. This is a video that I made in a week. It's like a short scene. I know it's not the best in the world. I'm not an animator, I'm not an artist, I'm a coder. But yeah, I wanted to push myself and just see what I could do in a week. And yeah, the result's pretty damn good. Most of the animations were recorded by me, myself, on my mocap suit, which was pretty cool. I really did enjoy doing that. A lot more than I thought I would, to the point where I want to do it again. I've been writing down short scenes that I've had in my head that I'm just like, oh, this would be really cool. Let's do a bank robbery run. Let's do a psycho horror scene one, you know. There's so many scenes I've had in my head that I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool if we could do that. And I think it's possible. I just think it's getting the time to do it, because like a game jam, it's a huge commitment of time. That's the key thing with it. And if you can't put the time in, then it's not going to be as good as you really want it to be. I have considered getting in help for it, and we tag team it kind of thing. But yeah, I've not really thought much about it. I just know I would like to do that again because it was fun. So I've pretty much got the mountain shape up now. Like I say, this video will be intermittent of review and building this. But like I say, super basic. This will be a big mountain eventually. But I'm going to make it so you run up, you can get all the way up here, and you've got your big mountain at the top. You stand up here, you can light the flame pretty much. Let's make that even bigger because it's top of a mountain. Why not? Yeah, something like that. And then I can put little podiums or something next to each one, and then just say, you must light all 10 arena things. Proceed to the next one. That's done. So a lot of you might be asking, well, if you've had 365 days, and you said you were busy with clients, what have you been working on? Well, that's the sucky thing. I can't tell you. NDAs exist, and a lot of them have been signed, or friendly agreements that it won't be spoken about. So I can't actually tell you what I've been working on. So you just have to kind of trust me that I've been busy with clients. But we've had mostly positive reception. I've learned a lot of things. Clients are happy, which is a good thing. The main one I can talk about, that the vast majority of you probably already know, is narrative. I work for Mr. Ruben and the narrative tools, primarily the community support, but I also have recently started taking more involvement in maintaining the modular plugins and updating them. As the time of recording, the update hasn't been pushed to Epic yet, but it will be coming soon to Epic, so people can start downloading the latest version of Narrative Tales, blah blah blah. There's like some ridiculous 41 updates or something that's been put into it, and they're just features, not even bug fixes. It's insane, and I'm pretty proud of that because I did that. I managed to get all of the code, do all the bug fixes, and sort everything out we need, and yeah, I'm happy with it. A few people have had early access to it. They seem very happy with it, which is a good thing. So yeah, I've noted down 5 clients are the ones I can remember. Narrative was the biggest one by far. That's a year-long thing, just constantly going on, and that's what it is. Other ones I can't mention. 2 of them are still in development. One, I believe, was cancelled, and another is released as part of the university project. So I can't mention them. Hey, if you guys are watching this and you're like, hey, that's my game, you can mention that. Comment below. Tell people that I'm not lying. But yes, so that's been pretty cool. But yes, I've made a lot of good friends working on client work this year. To the point I even hired one of them as the editor. Ivan, hello, thank you. But yes, for the YouTube channel and the editor this year, this has been a massive year. We have done so much for just generally everything, really. We've released 52 videos. Now, I know it's not the most I've ever released, by far is it not? But it's been consistent, that's what I want. I've always wanted at least one video live a week, all the time. And we've managed to release 52. Every single week a video is being put live, and that is just epic. A lot of it edited by me, a lot of it edited by the new editor. Fantastic. Even the old editor, I believe, was at the beginning of the year, did some videos, so that's great. But yes, every single Thursday, including this video, so it's technically 53 videos, because we had one on April Fool's, which was a bit early. But it's April Fool's, we needed that. I'd absolutely love to bump this up to 2 videos a week. But at the moment it's just not feasible with everything else going off. It's hard to maintain those videos and be on call last minute, urgently trying to edit a video because it's not being done. I do want to throw out an apology to the Patreons. I know you all sign up, you're absolutely lovely, and we'll come on to you later. And I know that I keep saying I give you videos early, and at the moment it's aiming about a week early for a lot of videos, but sometimes it's like a day early. I do apologise. I'm trying to get into a better habit of releasing it far earlier. And we will get there eventually. But yes, we are growing slowly for that, which is good. Just what I'm doing in the background here, I'm literally just at the moment spawning. I'm copying the burning temp from our tutorial because we have it, and applying it to a torch. Really? And I just need to make sure that all the code's in the correct place. But yes, it's coming along nicely. So anyone who is interested, the first video of the year was actually a tutorial on how to create a GTA style tutorial pop-up. It was a great video. It got a lot of reception, which I was really happy about. And I loved that one. It was a really good video. I did later on, like 8 months later, find out people hate that tutorial, which I do not understand that at all. I absolutely love that tutorial style. You know, the black box. But I was watching a Josimuz? I don't know how to say that name. I was watching a stream by him saying how so many people don't read the prompts on GTA San Andreas. And it was insane, but yeah, they don't. Not at all. So, yeah, people aren't a fan of it because they just miss so much information from it. But yeah, the last video was technically this one that I'm putting out now. This is going out on Christmas or whatever other holidays are on Christmas, but happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that other stuff. Good to you. I hope you've had a good year. I hope you have a good holiday. But the last video before this one was top 10 Unreal Engine beginner mistakes. All the mistakes people make when they are firstly getting into Unreal, and to be honest, even experienced seasoned devs. Mistakes like these happen, and this video just goes over them, what they are, why it's a problem, realistically how you get around it. And it is normally super simple. Shorts wise, I did aim to do 2 shorts a week, and we managed to do 98 shorts, which is an insane amount of shorts. Granted, shorts are a lot easier to pump out, but coming up with the ideas to make it unique and not boring, you know? So that was something that we had to figure out. But we do seem to be on a roll, managing to put out decent videos, decent shorts. Some of them shoot up, some of them I expect to shoot up. Others, I have got no idea why they shoot up in views. But it is good, I'm not complaining. People are happy, I'm happy. We did miss like 2 weeks of a short at one point. I think I was ill or something. But yes, the channel is growing nicely from all these nice, lovely videos. We've surpassed 11,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely insane. So to everybody who has subscribed or followed, you know, liked every video, commented, thank you so much. We are growing very, very nicely. It tends to be around 100 new people a month subscribing, which, again, cannot complain. That's a nice number. If you've not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Let's bump that number to 200 for next year. But yes, 11,000 people have subscribed to the video. All when I started in 2013 doing Unity. No, not even Unity. It was Macromedia Flash back in those days. Macromedia Flash videos. That's what we started as. Those videos are no longer available. If people have copies of those, I would love to see those. But I cannot imagine you do. But then we moved on to Unity, 3ds Max. Back then I was, as you can imagine, a basic developer. But then over the years I've got better and better and better, more optimized. And yeah, learned so much more. So if you look back at my old Unity videos compared to now, huge difference. But we're talking a good, 13 years ago, something like that. I'm one of the old YouTubers, OG ones, when Unity was first made free, which was pretty epic. And I do just want to say a massive thank you to the Patreons. I know every video contains a thank you to the Patreons, and yeah, I do mean thank you to the Patreons. But there's just something special about a bunch of random people online seeing the videos we put out and just thinking, hey, I'm going to support that guy, this company, I really should start saying this company now, but this random person, I'm just going to chuck them a little bit of money from my hard-earned money from the job work that I do, just to say thanks. And that's amazing. And you're all fantastic. I don't really know what to say with it. It's just amazing. It really, really is that you exist, that I'm here able to do this even more because of it. And it does help, because one of the things I'm aiming towards is to do this full time, because training, racing games, tutorials, all that other stuff that people love, I would love to do that full time. And some months we do actually earn enough through client work, through Patreon, through YouTube, everything, to do this full time. Other months we don't. So it's not like I can move right now and start doing it. It's just not feasible, essentially. But it definitely is looking like it's getting there, which is fantastic. You know, we can start moving away, and if we did get to the point where we can do this full time, even better. So some business related things, just to, you know, in case people are curious. The business as it stands is game development. You know, we produce assets, games, tutorials, all stuff like that. It works great, and I'm happy with it. Everything's great. We typically the company is really only formed of one employee, and that's me. I'm the full-time CEO, employee of Decryption Studios Limited, an official registered company. We do technically hire a bunch of contractors to help support the business, and they are all fantastic people. I've worked with them all for years in one way or another. So I'm just going to give a quick shout out to all of the contractors I work with. I have no idea if you're going to watch this or not. You just aid me in work and then go do your thing. So I'm not going to complain about that. But the editor, Ivan, that's our latest editor, fantastic guy, always editing work, and I worked with him for years on development for other work and stuff, so that's great. We've got the thumbnail artist that I'll just shout out here, Joe Eden. I do not know how to pronounce your name. We barely talk to each other. I just send him the work, he sends him the receipt, and we're done. That is our contractual duty. But I have used this guy for year, 2 years, 3 years. At this point, I don't even know. But he does every single thumbnail for the channel, and you can see he has a masterful Fiverr profile. So never any issues with it. Everything just comes out great. I absolutely love it, and I ain't changing anywhere anytime soon. So all of you people who are spamming me on emails, I can write your thumbnails. No, thank you. I like this guy. He works, and I'm not moving anywhere unless he quits. The accountancy, I've got my own accountant that handles the business, so I don't get, done for tax fraud and all that jazz. Because, nobody likes getting done for tax fraud. So he's a fantastic one. He's always there for questioning if I've got anything new, because, running a business is weird. It's not like you just get paid from a job and then, you call it done. There's a lot more to it. Like, you have to pay taxes, company taxes. There's forms you have to fill out to prove you are who you say you are. Like, I had to fill a form out the other day saying, yes, I still own the company. I don't know why, I just did. But they handled everything for me. I had some other business friends tell me they had to fill the form out, and it was a nightmare. And I'm like, I just had to read a PDF and say, yep, that's me. And then they handled it. This is why I love it. Yeah, fantastic. The animator, he's a new guy. His name is Zaz. Oh, what the hell? I'm just testing the animations. You can see it's slightly glitchy. But it just kind of works. I need to fix it and figure out what's wrong with that. It's something to do with the gasp sample not liking this montage. The animator, he's working on animation packs, and all the animations that I give out for free and the paid ones, he's working on improving them to make them really, really nice and make them clean. There was a little bit glitchiness with them, like they were completely usable, but it wasn't of high standard. I want to give you animations that you can use and be happy with, Ones that you can look at and know they don't glitch out. That's the type of animations I'd love to give. And that's what he's helping do. And so far, we're looking really good. And then the final one is one that I don't use that often. I only use it like once every couple of months. But that's the SEO guy. I call him the SEO guy everywhere. Basically, he improves all the videos, increases the titles, clickability, all that other stuff that basically just makes the channel grow nicely. It's just easier to do it in bulk for him and, well, for me, realistically. Every couple of months they will help increase the SEO of the videos. So, yeah. So, other business things that we've got onto is we have a brand new website. I don't know if any of you've seen it, decryptionstudios.com. It's a fantastic website, if I do say so myself. I didn't create it, but it is a great website, and I absolutely love it. I had a huge say in the website's design. And there were some key things that I wanted, but because I'm not artistic, I couldn't, explain what I wanted. So I was just, had a few bullet points, 20 or 30 things that I wanted. And I basically handed it to the company and went, can you do this? And they were like, yeah, we got this. So I thought, yes. And that is Lemmiu. Lemieux, we had a sponsor from them, and after the sponsor, they got positive reception. They grew a bit larger, which is great. And I basically said to them, hey, can you design my website too? And they went, yeah. And then we partnered up, and they made a fantastic website for me. Lemieux has been a friend of the channel for a long time, helping with website stuff. They've helped with game development stuff, like providing voices and helping with story ideas. It's just been a general great partnership with the company. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they roll out next, as they've got a new project they're teasing to everybody, and I haven't got a clue what it is, but I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. But Lemieux, if you need a website created to not just a random website, a professional standard website, Lemieux, you just can't beat. They are amazing. And I've been working in web design for 10 years, and it's coming from me of saying they are amazing. So yeah, take that one from me. We've currently got 2 projects ongoing. That'll be something else. So something that a lot of people know is this YouTube game that I'm working on isn't just a tutorial series video like I've done in the past. This has got a full background story. It's got everything I need in a game, and it's got all the systems mostly planned out. The game is in development. It doesn't look like much is going on because other things are going on around it outside of the videos while I learn it. So for example, the game currently has like no combat in it, but that's not forever. Combat is coming. I'm currently studying the combat fury system to see how that comes along. There we go. We've got a nice lit torch though, and we can run away and we can do more. Oh, it broke. Oh no! The torch is not supposed to be extinguished, but the torch is lighting indeed. So I need to stop that. I'm just modifying it at this point. But yes, that is the first project that's in development, is this YouTube game. I have tons of documentation for this. Like, every other week I'm writing a new quest or a new storyline or something to build into the game. The key gist of it is, if you like Fable, this is going to be highly influenced by Fable gameplay. Not scenery, not story, not characters, just gameplay. You know, that old style, you run around, you attack things, stuff like that, pretty much. But the other one that's in development, I can't tell you yet because it's in development. It was, as you know, like 6 months ago, in high development, that each day we were working on things around this one. But then it got to the point where it was not easily done along with everything else, so like with all the client work. So we had to put pause on it. I've still got it. I still fully plan on coming back to it. But for now, that one's been paused. But all I'll say about that one is it's completely different to anything I've ever done. But it's so cool. I'm looking so forward to it. That's just, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. But I can't tease anything about that for now, just because we are not in a position to do so. Hopefully, next year, we will be in a position to do so. But if not, then, you know, it'll come eventually. I very doubt I'm ever going to bin the idea off. But if I ever do, I'll make sure to, you know, tell you everything that we did so far with it. There has been snippets on the channel already, so it's just a case of how desperate you want to know, I guess. The other thing I've been teasing is I've been talking about a course, and that is still coming. It's taking a lot longer to edit it than I thought, but it's currently like 150. It's currently like 40 hours so far, and I've not done everything I wanted to with it. But I absolutely want to keep pushing that. I'm aiming to get it out end of this year, as in, you know, the next 2 weeks. We'll just have to see about that. I don't want to release the course unfinished, but it is kind of feeling like it might be released unfinished and I keep adding it in the new year. But when people buy it, I want them to be happy with what they've bought, you know? So I need to figure that one out. Let me know below what you do. If you were interested in a course from me, would you want it to be 100% you buy it, it's finished, and maybe additional updates come? Maybe not, I don't know, because it's pretty much got a lot of stuff in it. Or would you rather it not be, and just, you know, it comes out when it comes out and it's got everything you need in it, and you know updates are coming to finish it off? I don't know. Let me know what you think, because it might take a lot of stress off me if you all say, hey, release it half done, it's done. There is another project that, it's not really a games project, but it's something that I'm going to be releasing hopefully soon, but this is going to be branching into New Year. There is no way this is getting finished in 2 weeks. This is something I'm working with a new contractor with that I'm not saying because it'll give it away. But we are slowly working together on this, and yeah, it's coming along really nicely so far. And yeah, subscribe for when that comes out, because I promise you it's going to be something a lot of people will want, and you can be one of the ones who gets it too. It's going to be cool. That's all I can say. I've showed it to a few people, and yeah, I've had similar agreements. Yeah, this is cool. But yes, we did mention that Lemieux was a sponsor of the channel a little bit ago, and absolutely he was. And absolutely they were a fantastic sponsor of the channel. And we've had a couple of sponsors this year actually, and I don't do sponsorships, all the time, mainly because nobody knows who we are at the moment. But also I don't want to sell you guys crap, really. So I'm not going to tell you need energy drinks or gambling. I'm not going to do that. No, that's just not who I am. If I don't use it myself, I'm not going to advertise it to you. I have been waiting for one of VPN companies to come out, but they all just seem to be doing really shocking stuff lately, like leaking data and stuff. So I think I'll just stick with my own VPN like I've got at the moment, because they seem to be doing everything right. So yes, no advertisements from VPNs or Raid Shadow Legends yet. But we did have 2 sponsorships additionally alongside Lemieux, which was very, very nice. We had the chess game creator. The devs over there reached out, asked me if I was interested. Absolutely. That video was awesome. I've still got it in the game. I still recommend it to so many people because it's so easy to use. Literally just a few bits and then you've got chess in your game. Just like you would if you wanted, other mini games. It's so good. And I have insider information that they're releasing something new soon. Something really cool. Even I don't fully know what it is. I've just been told how cool it is. But that is coming, so, if you want chess in your game, absolutely check that out. Free plug to the chess game creator people. And then the last one is one of the biggest companies that I've worked with, ever, and that's Cinti Studios. I am a partner of Cinti Studios. If you want models for your game, like I have in the games here, and every game I've made, Cinti Studios are one of the biggest and best companies you can really go to. They're not even paying me to say this, I just like it. I used Cinti Studios before I was even a partner. I used them for years. And then they reached out and they're like, hey, do you want to become a partner? And I was like, yes, let's do it. What does that mean? And they told me everything. I was like, yes, that's amazing. So if you did want to pick any Cinti packs up, there is an affiliate link in the description. If you've got the Honey plugin, based on everything that's going off lately, I wouldn't use the Honey plugin if I were you. If you don't know what that is, check out Megalag's video. Shout out to Megalag, the journalist exposing the big companies. But yeah, there is a proper affiliate link down below for Cinti. It just gives me a little kickback when you purchase something from them. And it helps everything out. And then you get what you want. I get a little kickback for advertising. Yeah, it works nicely. And, they're happy you're buying products from them. But honestly, I love Cinti Studios. Everything they roll out is just gold. So, apart from that, what's been home life then for me? You know me as Decryption. You know me, the guy who sits on YouTube making tutorials. And, you check me out in the Discord if you're a part of the Discord. And yeah, there's that. Well, how's all that coming along? Well, yeah, this year's been an interesting one. I've bought a house now. I am a homeowner, not a renter anymore. And is it like renting? Yeah, kind of, but you've not got the safety net anymore. Something breaks in your rented house, you tell the landlord and he fixes it. After arguing with him for a long, long time. Shout out to all the crappy landlords out there. Don't get me wrong, there are some really good landlords. I never had one. There are some really good landlords. I do know of a couple of good landlords, to be honest. People who will go out of their way to make sure their tenants are very, very happy. And yeah, some of them are just really good. Some of them are just sinners. But yeah, owning a house is different to renting. It costs so much more time and money to buy a house than it does renting a house. When you rent a house, this might just be the UK. You just sign a paper after viewing it, they review your application and say yeah, and then you have the house. I got moved into a rented house in under 2 weeks. That was it. It's super quick to do. But when you're buying a house, I've heard stories in the UK that it can be up to months and months, and the biggest one I've ever heard was like 8 months they were waiting for everything to go through. Because this might be, common knowledge to some people, other people it might not. So when you're buying a house, there is something called a chain, or a chains, or something like that. And basically it's who you're buying the house from and who they're buying the house from. And it keeps going on like that. So if you're buying a house that somebody's got to move out of, you've obviously got to wait for them to get a house. But then if they're buying a house from somebody else who needs to move out, that's another chain. And you have to keep going and going and going and going to make sure that everybody has got a house. So you can be waiting a ridiculously long time to get into a house. Equally though, there is houses with no chains. So, for example, the house that I own, unfortunately, the lady who owned it, that passed away. I didn't know her. I feel sorry for the people who she's related to. Death's never a good thing. But yeah, she passed away, and the people just wanted to get rid of the house. That was it. They wanted the money for the house, they wanted the house gone. So there was no chains on the house. It was just open. So I managed to sort this application out for this house in under 2 months. And we had the house, and that was it. 2 months. Which is a lot quicker, but still a lot more than rented houses. But yeah, it also comes with its own complexities. Like, you can't just ring your landlord when something's broken. You have to be the one to go and fix it, or hire somebody to fix it, which costs money, But it is a different feeling, and I do understand what people mean now. So normally, it'd be like, you walk around the house, it's kind of yours, but it never really is yours. It just feels like it because you live there. But once you've moved in, yeah, it's totally different. Because I can just walk up to any wall and go, I'm going to put a hole in that today. And you can just do it. I've not really done that. Not yet, anyway. There are some DIY stuff I want to do. Like I want to rip the kitchen out and put a brand new kitchen in. I can do it. Just that easy now. Wasn't an option before. But it is a different feeling. And a lot of people say that you should always buy a house instead of renting. I don't regret my decision of renting first. I think it gave me a perspective and education on life. I knew I could contact who. I got used to saving money, and if it messed up, I didn't owe a bank a ton of money. I could just leave the contract, kind of thing. So I don't regret my decision to rent first. Some people do, some people don't. I don't mind. But yes, moving on. What else has changed? I've moved operating systems now. After 8 years, I was using Manjaro Linux, and for the most part, it did work everything perfectly I wanted. But it just seems lately like there's more and more issues coming with it. Like every update is breaking something, and it shouldn't be that way, guys. Come on. I don't know whose fault it is. Whether the hardware is getting limited, whether the updates are just coming out poor, I don't know. Whether it's just time, things are moving on. But it's just got to the point where I didn't want to update my system, knowing I'm just going to have to fix more stuff. Windows is even getting that bad as well. But yeah, I didn't want that anymore. So I've moved Linux distributions as of like a week ago, and we're going to see how that goes on for a while. But I'm now running Fedora Linux, if anybody is curious. So far, it seems okay. A few minor issues here and there, but that's just part of the learning, I guess. So games-wise, what's changed in my gaming habits? Because we're talking about everything today, and I'm hoping this video will be cut down in tone. So I've not actually played that many games at all, which is kind of shocking because I used to be a huge gamer. Like, I'm talking every single day after college, school, work, whatever, I'd be playing games. But lately, it's not been that at all. It's been dev. Just dev. And don't get me wrong, I love development, Unreal development. Playing a game, going into Unreal and trying to recreate it. I absolutely love that feeling. But I'd like to play more games next year. Because I've not played a lot of games, not at all. It sounds like I've played a lot. I need this fire to be a lot bigger. That's what I'm trying to do now, for anyone who's watching the screen. But I basically played a total of 51 games this year. which sounds like a lot. It's basically a game a week if you consider it that way, but it really wasn't at the same time, because it was just like I'd have a week playing loads of different games and that was it. But I played 19 new games this year, and 31 pre-games I've played before, like Fallout, GTA and stuff. 48 of these games were on Steam. One of them was on the GameCube. That one was Medal of Honor. And 2 of them were on the PS4. So that was Gran Turismo 7 I've been getting into. That's really cool. I'm enjoying that. But yes, I've been enjoying that. And Spider-Man. Technically, I have played Spider-Man before, but I've never finished it. So I'm trying to finish it. And I've not played it for a couple of weeks, so I need to get back onto it and actually start playing it again. But I'm enjoying Spider-Man. It's a fun game. The top 5 most played games, if anyone is curious, is Red Alert 3 was by far my most played game, because it's another game I've played loads of times. That's Command & Conquer Red Alert 3, but I've never finished it, so I'm trying to finish it, or was trying before my computer broke. And then it was GTA 4, San Andreas, Gran Turismo 7, and Fallout Shelter apparently. I wasn't expecting that one at all. It appears that in January I just played Fallout Shelter for loads and loads and loads, like every single day. And that bumped it up to my time limits, which was insane. But yeah, that was unexpected, but cool. So over the course of 2025, how much have I actually learned in Unreal? And unfortunately, I just don't know the definitive answer to it. I've tried to think back of everything I've learned new this year, and I can't. It just feels like I'm solidifying my knowledge. It's not like I've become stale or, not learning anymore. No, not at all. I'm definitely learning things all the time. I just can't remember what I've learned, because I've either learned it and just not applied it that much, or I've learned it and I'm using it so often that I can't imagine the world without it, But the ones that are sticking out to me for things that I have actively learned, I'm aware of, all that stuff, is 2 main things, and that's my C++ knowledge is now, I'm no, Gabe Newell of C++, but I'm getting way more confident in C++ each time. That people are starting to reach out to me going, hey, can you help me fix this C++ bug? Yeah. Before, I'd be like, sorry, I don't know C++, can I help you? But I'm starting to get a lot better in it, which is a really nice feeling. And just not being as worried about that version of Unreal anymore, that part of it. Knowing that I can just load it up and fix bugs. Or, if Unreal's got a bug, I'm not saying I'm going to go and fix it, but I've got the ability to put a temporary patch in for myself. And I've been modifying plugins to do what I want. Like, I've been modifying narrative for ages, as I said earlier. I'm looking after the module plugins now. But yeah, that's a good feeling. And along with that side is using the GAS system, the game playability system. It puts so many people off because you have to do bits in C++. And yeah, I get it. It sucks. It sucks so badly you have to do it in C++. But since I have got better at, that side of the C++, I've found, as you've probably seen from the video, it's actually not that much C++ if you just want to do a single player game. If you want to go into the whole replication and stuff, yeah, sure, that becomes massive at that point. But if you're just doing single player, it's so easy to do GAS now. I put my video on and I've had a lot of positive reception for that, which I am really, really grateful for, because that's really cool that so many people have found the video and gone, hey, this is useful, I'm going to use this. So yes, I am happy with that. So at the moment, I'm just lining up the burning part. So I have my quest mounting blessing set up, and I'm going to make it so you have to activate burning on these. And when I've got all my burnings now, and I've got the new activated burning event dispatcher, because we make things event driven. If you've seen my top 10 noob videos, this is a great idea. Something I'm just gonna stick in here, because I don't really know where it fits, is I do enjoy doing YouTube. That's the thing. Like, showing off the work that I'm doing to people, and people following along for the tutorials, or just generally tuning in to see it. It's a nice feeling, I don't get burnout from it because I enjoy it so much, at least for now. Maybe if it gets bigger, maybe that's why it's not hitting me yet. But like making these games, the game jams, seeing people watch it, it makes me so happy to just keep doing it. And I don't want to stop. Yeah, I just want it to keep growing, really. Like, in my head, I envision, having a team of people all working together, Linus Tech Tips style. We record, we edit, we put videos out, people are happy, we're growing, we release content for you guys so you can have it for free, cool projects and stuff like that. Animation packs, stuff like that. Really cool stuff. And I'm hoping this course will help out as well when it does release, because I've put so much effort into this course over the past 4, 5, 6 months. I don't even know when I started doing it, planning it out, sorting it out. Yeah, it's been a crazy amount of work, but it is hopefully going to be absolutely worth it. So for anyone who's watching the quest task part, we are just creating a basic task for activating burning, but something I'm becoming well aware of is world partition is huge, and it can often hide your actors, making get all actors of class not work. So what I've done is on begin task, I'll get all burning interactions in the vicinity with my tag, right? And then I'll say, when you activate burning, add progress to the task that you completed. But if the top of the mountain is hidden because, it's too far away and it's not being rendered, I've got this tick task running every 5 seconds, so it's super lightweight. It gets all the actors, it checks if they are already stored in our binding list. If they're not, then it binds to it and adds it to our list, so when you activate it, gets the progress. That means if you're at the bottom of the mountain and the very top one's not added, you can run up the mountain and it will eventually add it every 5 seconds. And at the end, I just remove all binds from it just for a good clean. So now back on my quest, I can just drag up and do my activate burning on an interactable. There you go. And it'll say, what are you trying to do it on? So I can open this up and say Mountain Blessing quest. So I just tag that. And that means I can come to all of these torches in here and just tag every single one of them with Mountain Blessing. And in theory, it should find every single one. And I can start this directly after dialogue, hopefully. Except this big one up here, I'm going to actually limit that one to a different one. Mountain Blessing quest final. So it'll say now light the final one. And in theory, the quest is getting there. Visually, it's going to be pants at the moment because I'm just going for functionality. But if I press the O key, Mountain Blessing lights all the torches. I need to figure out why that's so small. I thought I fixed that. But I can come up, if I light this now, as soon as the fire's grown to its full size, it should successfully mark one off as done. There we go. 1 out of 8 done. And if I run up and do each one, and I'm not done yet, I want dialogue and everything into it. If I had a proper combat system in, I'd make it so you can shoot it with a bow and arrow as well. But I don't. So you're just going to have to walk up and do it manually for now. But you can see I can essentially come up and do all of them. There's a glitch in the game where I can keep walking. Fantastic for testing, however. But I think it'll be cool, like a good Skyrim mountain climb where we'll have bandits up here at some point you'll have to fight when you get to a certain area. And there'll be like a waterfall coming down, snow as you get further up here. I had the mountain in development in an old system, but that got shut down, unfortunately. So let's light the final one. And then it gives us the final date. Now light the final torch. So I can come over here, I can light it, and I'd have snow all over the mountain, and I'd have the snow settle away behind it. So the final torch lights, and there we go. Quest succeeded as all the torches of the mountain have indeed lit up. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Oh, I landed. Perfect. But yes, we do need to fix the fire coming through the floor. That's not great. But yes, it's looking pretty cool so far. So we are pretty much getting to the end of the video. It's coming along nicely. Visually, it's going to be pants, but it's going to be nice and festive at least. And I want to talk about what the plans are next year, because I strongly believe that you should make plans. And I'm not talking, New Year's resolutions that majority of people break. I'm talking actual plans. Things you want to do next year that you are going to do. I do get told a lot that I end up just doing things that I want to do, and it's true. I have a strong will for that. I want to do something, I'll do it, kind of thing. I want to make games, I'm going to make games. But I do believe that if you make a plan, you will probably stick to it a bit better, because it's something you want to do. And I have a list of plans of stuff I do want to do. one of the plans that I'm looking at is I want to play more games. And next year I'm going to make it my goal to play more games. And I'm not just talking, an hour more or something. I want to almost make it a monthly thing that I spend one day a month and I just play games all day. Just anything I want to, even if it's the same game, and I just finish more games off. Or like I'll sit and play games, but the problem is a lot of my games are games that you can just put so many hours into, like RimWorld or Hard Space Shipbreaker, stuff, Factorio, games like that you can put hours and hours and hours and hours into and never really finish because it's so replayable. I don't want to stay away from them because I like those games, but that's one I need to seriously put time into. I want to do it. Like, I've never finished RimWorld before. I've got over 300 hours in it, which granted isn't a lot, but for me it is a lot. It's one of my most played games, but I've never finished it. So yeah, it's a tough one, but I want to play games a lot more, but I still want to keep up dev. If I could cut my sleep out and play games, I'd equally balance it. I absolutely would. But I don't want to cut down on development because I love development. But yeah, so it's a funky one, that one. But I do want to play more games. I think the inspiration and the break will do me good, So games like RimWorld, Red Alert, Fallout, Skyrim. I've never finished Skyrim. Can you believe that? Like, I even know what happens at the end, but I've never finished the game. Ever. Which is insane that I've never finished it. So I do want to go and I want to finish Skyrim. Even in VR, I don't mind if I finish it in VR because I've got Skyrim with my VR headset and I've got like this mod pack. I cannot remember the guy on YouTube who did it. It's like 100 mods or something. It makes it such a cool game. And I played Skyrim in VR as an orc with 2 axes. I've never done that before. If I play it like everybody does, a mage and an archer, from far away. In VR, I'm running up to these guys and hacking and slashing. It's so cool. And that's what I want to do more. I want to finish game. Just because it's a nice accomplishment. And then next year we can look back and go, did I do this? Yes, I did. I'm struggling to see around my microphone. I really need to get a better microphone placement. The next thing I want to do, I want to look at finding out how feasible it is to be able to release more videos a week. At the moment, it is tough because I don't have the funding to pay the contractors anymore, the editor anymore. And they've offered to do it for free, but I cannot get them to do that. It's not fair on them. And I just feel guilty asking them to do that. But that's just because they're so kind. But I do want to look at releasing more videos a week. Maybe they continue their normal editing routine of 2 videos, of a video a week, and I edit another one. I don't know. So for the most part, it's kind of getting there now. I've just done all the voices for the characters. 11 Labs is still being stupid, saying, oh, you're using a VPN, even though I turned the VPN off. So I can't use their services anymore, which sucks. It might be one that I just need to pay for, because I've not found an alternative. But I've got voices set up, I've got dialogue set up, I've got all the spires set up. The only thing I want to do now is a nice little cutscene of this, and then do the failure state so you can fail the quest. But that leads us on to something else that this video's got quite in common, to be honest, and that's I'd love to do more live streams. I used to love doing live streams for gaming. Sure, that was okay, but it wasn't my primary focus. Whereas game dev live streams, I used to love doing that. I did so much work on stream, and it was so good to have people come in and just, ask how's it going, what's going off, and everybody sees the progress. And I definitely think I want to get into more of that. It's a tricky situation because my dogs bark at sounds, and then everybody gets deaf because they're loud, or postmen knock on the door to deliver a parcel or something. It's just a bit unpredictable, and I don't want to do it and then it just be a crappy experience for everybody. But I definitely think it's one I want to consider because, like I said, I really enjoyed doing that. When I was doing things like my devs for game jams, or when I used to do the Men in Blue game, when I was deving that was so cool. I really enjoyed doing that. So I would like to get back into that, but I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do that or not. So I'm just working on the final cutscene at the moment, but that's something I'd love to do is dev live streams. Let me know below if you'd be happy to even watch it if I did a live stream, because maybe if I get enough viewer engagement, maybe it's something we do sort out. That could be an option. So something I'm just doing now is I want the player at the end of the cutscene to be down the mountain already, so they can just run straight down and talk to this guy. But I don't. But because this is a temporary mesh, I don't want to be putting a player's vector in here. So I'm going to use this target point here, TP Mountain Blessing, with a tag on it. And then in my sequencer, I'm instead going to find this actor, or the target point, and I'm going to get the first one. And now I can simply just do get actor location, and I can do get actor rotation as well. And I can plug this into it, meaning when I move it to the proper mesh, all I have to do is move that target point around, and boom, that's it. I can suddenly do everything I need. The only other thing we will do, something that a lot of people forget, is for the player specifically, you also have to set their controlled rotation. Otherwise, it won't work either. So I'm going to work on the fail state for it now. So I just want to set the UDS time, set it to nearly sunset, I guess, and have it tick down. I don't think I've got a fully working weather system yet, so I don't think that's going to fully work. But for the most part, we can actually get it roughly into a nice spot. So if I try, it's at 21, so if I do 2000, is that enough? Yeah, that's pretty dark, isn't it? And then, oh no, was it sunset? It was the sunrise, I forgot what I put. Sunset. So of course, the sun changes depending where we revolve around the planet, or the sun moves around the flat earth if you're a flat earther. So I'm just going to say about 8 o'clock, and it gives you 400 units, so 4 hours to do the quest in game time. Maybe, we'll see. But I'll set this back to wherever it was. There we go. And I'll forcefully set that in my quest. So as soon as the quest begins, we will set the time. There we go. So we've got nighttime. I can run up, and hopefully when I light these, they'll be nice and bright. Yeah, look at that. That's going to look so cool when it's on a snowy mountain. So another thing I do want to come back to, aside from the live dev streams, is game jams. I want to do more game jams. I love doing game jams. It's one of my favourite things because it really challenges what your knowledge. So I absolutely want to get onto one of them because I think it will be really cool to do. But I absolutely love game jams. It's so much fun to make the game and see how people react to it afterwards. And that's something I absolutely want to get back into. And I'm going to try and hit all of them. Plus, some other stuff I want to do is collaborations. So many times I've missed out on developers collaborating together on a game jam or making a challenge with one another to make a game in a set time. I've never managed to do that because I've always been busy, but I want to make time for it in the new year because it's so much fun to see how everybody reacts to a game or what they manage to come up with other devs, and it's always a great time to learn things because I absolutely love learning. That's the coolest thing. And I do encourage everybody to try a game jam if you're into game dev. Even if you fail, it's okay because you're learning along the way. That's the best thing. So I've written my basic game timer. It's literally just an event begin task, a timer that ticks every 0.1 seconds, stores itself, and then every time it ticks, it takes down the time left until it equals 0, and then it will complete the task, essentially letting us fail it. The reason I've done it this way instead of just setting a timer is eventually when I have the UI to show the timer saying you have 5 minutes left kind of thing, I can do that easily and it will automatically update itself every 0.1 seconds, which is perfect. Which means back on my quest now, I can just come in and add a timer and say I will set a timer for 10 minutes, which will be 600 seconds. So I set that time length to 600 seconds and I'll make this hidden and say you have 10 minutes. Light all the torches before sunset. And that's a hidden task, so that shouldn't show. And if they hit this one, however, it will indeed fail the quest. Pretty much, so they either light all 8 before sunset, or they fail, essentially. I could make it more in depth and say you must do both by that time, but I'm just going to keep... And that leaves us to the last point I want to raise is, I have been considering doing remasters. Everybody always asks for it. Like where you take a really old game, remaster it. But the amount of hate they get for not releasing the game, because a lot of people just don't understand they can't. It's copyright. You'll get sued. I don't know if I could do it. It's just too much negativity. Like, I envy the people who've done it, and the work they do is amazing. The Toy Story remake, the Tony Hawk's, the Simpsons Hit and Run, they look so good. But then you get all the hate, so I'm like, I don't think so. But what I am open to do is doing based on games. So can I make a game based on Fallout, based on Toy Story, based on Fate to Black, whatever? Maybe that's possibly a good idea. But I think this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is my Christmas holiday quest style thing done. It doesn't look the prettiest. Until I get all the mountains and everything, it's fine. It was just something for me to do in the background while talking. And yeah, we've had a really good year. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for everything. We will witness this in a moment. I'm not just going to leave you high and dry there. But it's been a good year. So thank you to everyone for tuning in. Big thank you to all the Patreons and everybody who helps out. And here's to 2026 being a better year, a good year, a more improved year. So let's see the final result. Oh no, it's not good.
What isn't good? What's wrong?
Oh, it's terrible. The worshipper who was meant to light the torches for the god's blessing hasn't turned up. I fear he may have fallen ill.
Can't you do it?
Oh, no, a priest for the gods cannot. It must be a holy believer only. Without this blessing, our crops will not grow. Water will not fall. I fear the worst.
What does this job involve? Just climbing up and lighting them?
Oh, absolutely. Climb the mountain before sunset. Light the torches. If you light all of the lower torches, the high torch can be lit and the gods will bless us. It's been the tradition for generations now. Oh, what will we do?
I can do it.
Oh, really? Are you a holy believer?
Not a believer, but I'm happy to help.
Not fantastic, but hopefully the gods will see the truth beliefs in your heart. Please light all of the torches before sunset. You don't have long. Oh, thank you again. You have pleased the gods and they have blessed us all.